I am back with more linear inequalities. This is graphing systems of linear inequalities. So we do have an online media store which is having a sale as described in the ad shown below or over to the side here. And we are asked to write a system of linear inequalities for the regular video game prices and the sale prices. So we're going to have some complicated situations here. We see that there's a 20% to 60% sale on all of their video games, and we have regular prices that range from $20 to $50. So what we're going to do is just kind of mark down what our variables are. So I'm going to call the X values my regular values, my regular prices, and then my Y values are going to be my sale prices. So we have two different things that we're going to be focusing on. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at what my possibilities for regular prices are. So the video games don't reach lower than $20, but they don't go higher than $50. So my regular price, X, can be $20, or it can be more than $20. I can also have an X value of equal to $50 or less than $50. So we're going to start off with two vertical lines. We're going to start off by writing this out. So we're going to do regular price here. And this is a blank graph. So we're going to go with these by fives because we're going to go by to get up to 50. So 5, we'll do 10 here, 15, 20. This will be 30, 40, and 50, 60. So we only need to go up to 50, but I'll label it all. Now we're also going to do the same thing on the y-axis. Now this is going to be our sale prices. So this is the sale price in dollars. I should put that there too. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Okay. So our X values, our prices can be normally $20. So we'll have a vertical line at $20. So we're going to do a straight line up and down of that. And we're going to have $50 as our cutoff for that. And so I'm going to put a line right here. Okay, now, if my games can be more than $20, I could shade everything over on this side because those are all values greater than 20. If they're less than $50 too, or equal to, that's why these are solid lines because they can be equal to these, but then I would be shading all of this side. So the only section of this double shaded for those two parts is if they're in between these lines. So I'm going to kind of just lightly shade because that's the only section that really incorporates everything I need. They're anywhere between these two prices here regularly. So that part would make the most sense for this part. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about the sale prices. So I'm going to find out what the sale price is. And again, if I'm looking at these prices, they range from 20 to 60%. So if I'm looking at how much the value of a game is, we're going to look at the Y values, our sale prices, can equal whatever that regular price is, which is our X. And we're going to times that by, and it can be more than this, it can be more than 20%, right? So when I'm doing 20%, that means whatever now number I'm doing here is going to actually have to be times 80%. Now what that means and why that's 80% is because when I'm trying to find out the cost of something, if it's 20% off, that means I'm paying for 80% of that item. So instead of putting 0.2 times X, that's only going to tell me how much I'm getting off. So by putting 0.8x tells me that how much I'm actually going to pay for it. I'm going to do the same thing with the other values. So this one is going to be either equal to, or it's going to be greater than, and then it's going to be 60% off, which means I'm paying for 40% of the game. So it's going to be 0.4 times the regular price. So now in my part 2, I'm going to figure out the answers to these, and I'm going to solve this and find out what the question that I'm asked to do is going to be answered by. And if you want more questions like this, you can find them on my YouTube channel. You want algebra, check them out under the linear systems of linear inequalities section.